pitching, and how do we go about pitching successfully? First and foremostly, you must hit the ball first. Secondly, pitching is different to chipping, and it's not quite a full swing either. Therefore, we're going to be using a lot of our bigger muscles in this movement. We're going to be using a lot more rotation, a lot more torso rotation. There are two ways of going about this. We've got a shot here of about maybe 50 odd meters, something like that. We could go into a chipping method, and the chipping method that I like to use is the shoe distance from the ball being closer to your back foot, standing a little bit open with your feet, keeping your shoulders square, having your hands out in front, having your weight up in front. You can certainly do that from this distance. If we were a little bit further back, we'd have to revert to a full swing style of technique. But we could certainly go about hitting a chip shot here and just giving a bit of an extra hit. So we would apply those 5 rules: the shoe, the ball off your back foot, the slightly open stance, the hands left, the weight left. The only difference we'd have there is we'd just back up just a tiny little bit. And then from here, don't think about it too much, just simply hit it harder. So we're going to go ahead and hit this one. This is the chip style pitch. We don't want to be confused between chipping and pitching. This is a chipping style with a bigger swing. Therefore it becomes a pitch because we're going to be hitting it harder. So we're going to go ahead and hit this one. Okay, so that's a pretty reasonable result. We've certainly got the downward attack that we wanted, and we definitely made contact with the ball first. So successful outcome. So that's the chipping style pitching, which I like to use myself personally as a player. Some people find that they're a little bit too close to the ball there, and they do like the traditional idea of pitching. Now, what is that? What is the traditional style of pitching, and what's different? So we're going to throw another ball down here. So when we're pitching, the ball flies higher. That's what makes it a pitch. It's not necessarily what we're doing, but obviously to produce a higher flight, we have to hit it harder than a chip shot. Let's go into a full swing style. Now, a full swing style is we're no longer back in that chip mode. We're further from the ball. We're going to take our stance wider. We are certainly going to be having our weight on our left side because we always want that. I'm just going to try and mimic a few pitching swings here. So this is what a chip would look like. Very little wrist movement, just a little. Then we're going into a bigger stance and a bigger swing. A good way to think of this is L. We're making an L shape between our left arm and the shaft of the club, down to an L. At least that sort of style. What we have to do now is to get the feel for what sort of distance we want to hit this. So you can produce an L to L swing slowly and get a shorter distance, or you can do it all a little faster from L to L and go faster. That will give you a further fly, or a shot that will go a much greater distance to a slower swing speed. So we're going to place the ball in the middle of our stance. We're going to go with a nice wide base with our feet. Heaviness in your hands, always hold the club lightly if you can. The only time we're going to change that is if we're in a buried lie in the bunker or in deep, wet, rough. So nice and light so the club feels heavy. Weight on our left foot, and let's go ahead and make an L to L swing. And there we go. We've got 2 results that are probably about a half a metre in terms of their distance apart from each other. So that's pretty good. We're pretty happy with the contact. We certainly kept our weight left through the shot, and we're still hitting down. One of the things we see in club level golf is a lot of people, especially if they've got a bunker in front of them like we do here, they might get themselves back trying to help or scoop the ball. Now it's going to lead to fat shots, club moving upwards on the ball, skinny bladed shots over the back of the green into the water or into the bunker over the back of the green. So we certainly want to stay left, and we certainly want to be hitting down. There are a couple of the keys to really good pitching. If you keep your weight left, hit the ball properly first, then it's your job to practice enough to get to know how far those shots are going to go with that speed of swing or that length of swing. So there's the Dave Pell's method, which is smaller, bigger, bigger, same speed, getting to know the different distances. Or there's a style of, let's say, basing it from an L position and varying your speed. But the other things we want to have as constants. So we definitely want our weight to be left. We want the ball in the middle to make sure we catch that ball first. And we definitely want to be making an L to L movement with our swing. We hope that helps your confidence. We hope that helps your consistency in terms of your pitching.